I'm Annette McCoy. Oh, and Elaine Ann and I are here. Now, I've got no
Eventually.
idea whether we were there a few minutes ago. We'll have to find out. But anyway, now we're here via Restream, which means that if you've joined us via Angel Heart Radio Facebook page, then you can come and join in the conversation. And we would love to have you in the conversation. So go on over there and watch us on Restream. And please, well, we're watching you on Restream. You need to watch via Angel Heart Radio, and then you can make comments that we see, which is fantastic because we love to have you there. I have a friend over in the States, Elaine Ann,
Yes.
Terrell, and she was asking me yesterday how to watch the show because she's fascinated by numerology.
Oh, is she? Oh, that's great.
Go to the Angel Heart Radio Facebook page. And I said, there are lots of videos there about numerology. So it's fabulous to have people like Cheryl Ann and Jenny with us live. And
Yes.
These ladies have said, good morning. How fantastic.
Good morning.
So, yes, we'd love to see you live. However, if this time doesn't suit you, then visit Angel Heart Radio Facebook page at your leisure. Go to the videos and choose whichever one takes your fancy at the time. And, of course, there are lots and lots and lots there.
There is. There's so many.
Elaine Ann, we were talking about the bumps. How do we ride the bumps? How do we interpret the bumps? And I think that's the important part, you know, and especially if it's a really big bump like you had yesterday. My goodness me, how many hours were you sitting in your car waiting for a tow truck?
From 10:30 to 5:30.
That's incredible.
Yep. And eventually he came and brought the car back here. Now we're waiting for another tow truck to take it to the car yard.
What?
So I've left everything with my husband to organise that. I'm not being interrupted. You don't come in here.
So what did you do? Were you able to have food and go to the toilet?
We have a shopping centre that is called Fountain Gate, and it's Westfield. And I came out because I had a bit of an accident. A kangaroo jumped out and smashed my car, which is okay. And we got it down to the car yard, and they said, come and pick it up. It's all ready, blah, 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 because it's been 2 weeks. And thank goodness I've been driving around with a yellow Yaris, enjoying myself in that. That's my daughter's car. And took it up to Fountain Gate, the shopping centre, turned the corner to come out, and it died. All the lights started flashing, windscreen wipers, everything. So we rang, because I'm in RACV, and we rang them and they said, 3 to 8 hour wait. And because I was up top on the roof, which normally I park down the bottom, but I parked up the top. And that was my day yesterday. But it's amazing how things kept going, even though I couldn't do anything. I couldn't steer it. It locked. So, yeah. But I'm here. I'm happy.
Do you feel that you were able to use the time? Like, what were your emotions? Obviously, there were plenty.
At first, I was okay. And I'm saying, okay, we can work this out. Let's do it together, the universe and me. And whoever's working with me, help me. But it just felt I was stuck. I couldn't do anything. And it was very I got a bit of anxiety because I'm so used to moving and doing.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it was really weird. And I was booked in for a night thing I do, which we call a psychic night. And I couldn't even do that. I made it home as they were starting. So, but they'd already got someone else, which was a good thing because you need fresh faces anyway. But I sat at home and I thought, well, I didn't sit, I was standing. I did a lot of walking yesterday waiting, but I just thought I still got home and I'm safe and everything like that. So it did work out in the end, but I felt like I was wasting the time away. And that was out of my control.
Well, isn't it interesting? Because the words that came to me, like when you said, I'm stuck, it's like,
Yeah. And things around me, I feel, oh, can't move, can't breathe. But yeah, it's funny how yesterday everyone said, oh, leave your car there, but I couldn't move it. The steering wheel was locked. So
right.
I was stopping traffic.
There you go.
But I had lovely people come up and talk to me, tell me about their issues.
You could have done readings on the spot.
Yeah, I could have done
Elaine
readings
Ann.
on the spot. Oh, give me your numbers. I said, by the way, I've got my cards in my handbag. Oh, so yeah. But everyone was lovely, and it was out of the girls on the reception. It was out of their control, but they didn't understand I couldn't move the car. They couldn't understand that it was locked. I couldn't steer it. Even the brakes were locked. So, yeah, so they think they haven't checked the electrical stuff in the car. So, and it was flashing at me. It was like, I didn't do anything. I'm glad
you've got a sense of humour.
I was actually going to go to a place called Spotlight in Melbourne, Victoria, and to get some wool because I've heard a few people are pregnant, young ladies are pregnant. I was going to crochet, but I couldn't get there either. So that's all right. But it was a day to reflect on, oh, my God.
Why?
Why is this so?
Like that famous useful line, I wonder what is going on.
Yeah. So it did, I'm not going to use the negative, but it did make me look at my days and how I plan them. I know that sounds weird. So from now on, I'm just going to breathe through things. We're still waiting for the tow truck to come and pick my car up from home and take it to another place so they can just check it. So, yeah. And the first thing the guy at RACV says, you got petrol? Yes, I have.
Well, we are fortunate to have people who can come to our assistance. I had a girlfriend who was going to drive yesterday. She came here with another friend. They were going to drive. We were meeting others for lunch. And it was inclement. Anyway, they came. I said, are you coming in? And her friend wanted to look at the unit that I'm in. Anyway, they sat for a few minutes and waited for me and realised that she had a flat tyre.
Oh.
So she wasn't going anywhere. The thing was, if I'd gone out and hopped into the car straight away, we would have been somewhere down the road, stuck in the car, waiting for the RACV and not being, and we would have been late for our luncheon because, Maureen did ring up and they said 20 to 40 minutes and she was prepared to do that. And I said, no, let's go in my car. Yeah. And so then on the way home, she rang the RACV and the timing was fabulous He
Yes.
arrived as we got back, very quickly changed the tyre, and they were on their way. So it was
Yeah,
like, thank you, thank you, thank you.
yeah, the young man that came to look at my car was only 5 minutes away, but we
Right.
couldn't move it because it was all electrical. So, these electrical cars, lovely.
I know.
Um,
It's the same as anything. While it's going, like I just adore my computer, laptop,
yeah,
phone, all of these wonderful things while they work.
yeah, yeah. Well, they were, and see, it's funny because I was coming out of the car park where I was parked, came in front of the doors to give way to a lady, and that's when it died. So it was lucky because if I'd gone down the turning, I would have gone down the ramp and I don't know what. So someone was looking after me. That's all I kept thinking about. Someone was looking after me because it didn't stop on the highway. It just didn't, because it just died. It didn't do anything. So
Right.
I'm so grateful that it wasn't actually on a freeway or something like that.
Or blocking the down ramp, or yes. So it's like, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I really thought last night, geez, I was so lucky. And people, they were very kind to come and talk to me and say, would you want a coffee?
Oh.
So, yeah, but that was my day yesterday. But it's all working out. Sometimes you just got to let your grip off things.
I think so. Yes,
Yeah.
especially like the good old expectations. Sometimes we can get locked into those and disappointed rather than realizing, okay, this is giving us an opportunity for totally different, it's a different day to what I expected. However, to try and remember to take that step back.
Yes.
Or the deep breath.
Yes, we do. And it's just saying, okay, this is time for me just to sit and relax. And because I did a lot of walking on the top of the roof, and then I went into the shopping centre. Luckily, there was toilets and that there. So, oh boy. So I did a lot of walking yesterday, which is good for you anyway. So yeah, it turned out all right. And when I got home, I just relaxed and yeah. Now we're just waiting for the tow truck. Another day starts. So yeah, in the numerology today is a 7. Yes. So the 7 with the day, the 27th, isn't it? The 10th month and 2022. So the 7 for today, if anyone's born today, if babies are born, which there's hundreds of babies born today, their life number will be a 7. So 7 is mastery of the soul, and it's talking about being analytical mind, but opening your mind, opening new doors, study, helping people. They say what I was taught, and this is only my belief, what I was taught was 7 represents the Jesus number. He was a carpenter, but he was a born healer. So with the 7, it's the born healer. So they may be looking at nursing or teaching or looking after people and bringing them happiness in their lives. 7 can be a procrastinator. I know someone with 2 7s in their birthday.
So now, wait, may I interrupt you? You're talking about babies. So I have a girlfriend whose birthday is today.
Okay. So for her, she will be in a 7-month number. I'm sorry. She's in a personal year number 7.
Right.
Okay. Because I haven't got her year of birth.
Uh-huh.
So if we're looking at the 27th of the 10th, 2022,
Yep.
right? Her year this year will be a number 7. So it's all about changing things. It's all about movement, down to earth, very practical. It's about study, but it's also asking questions. Why is things happening? Oh, funny about that.
Yeah.
Why is this happening?
Why is it so?
Why is it so? And also the 7 represents police, anyone with authority. And with the 7, it's more about being the born healer, but helping others. So you can't get away from helping others. So like I know someone that was a police person and they had 2 7s in their birthday. So the 7 means authority figure, very good with them administration, very good by teaching people jobs. So if you were working in a cafe, this person would be very good showing you because they understand how to approach people. And with their 2, the 27th, that becomes a 9, meaning born leader. So the 9 represents the head. So the top of the 9 is the head space. And then you have the 1 or the 10, the 0 on the 1 for the month means magnifying things so you can see it.
Right.
So it's like a magnifying glass. But with the 0, it goes round and round and round. So if you want to see it as a problem, it will be a problem.
Sitting in your car.
Sitting in my car thinking, oh, I should have cleaned this and this. I should have had a vacuum cleaner. And the 1 means I stand alone sometimes. Now, if she would have 2 1s in her birthday. So the 2 1s, and with the 7 at the bottom, says that she's very down, very, very down to earth, very practical, but she's a helper. Even though she may come across very stands tall and own things, she is authority figure to people. And because she's got the 2 there, it says that she's very sensitive as well. She likes the spiritual sense of things.
Right. Yes, you've hit the nail on the head. Well done.
Thank you. And see, the 2022 is a 6. So it's all about family. It's all about being creative. And with her numbers, she'll be looking at being more creative and working with family or being there for others so they can cry on the shoulders. So if she was a nurse, this would be a great year to study more things or look at doing other things of helping people. And 6, with a hidden 9 in her birthday, that is voluntary. Things that she may do may be voluntary, that she helps someone, and she will be doing that through her life, where she'll be helping family or friends or work colleagues. Yeah, she's if I knew her year she was born, we could work out what life number she is. But for her, for this month, she will be
I think she's a 50. No, that's not right. Yes, it is, isn't it? No, 51. She must be a 51 baby.
so that becomes.
Oh no, maybe she's a 50. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Sure.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
People who are joining us on Angel Heart Radio Facebook.
Hi, people.
Why don't you, if you would like a reading for what's going on at the moment in your life, why not write in? We only need your listen to the royal we, Elaine Ann. Elaine Ann only requires your day and month. We don't
Yes.
necessarily need the year
No.
because we're giving, again, look, Elaine Ann is going to be giving you a reading for what's happening now.
No. Going back to your friend, she would be
Yes.
this month, she'll be in her personal month 8. So it's taking control, looking around her, karmic lessons, but it's good and bad, like she's tying up loose ends.
Right. Okay.
All right.
I
And
think
it's a business, as in money. It can mean abundance of money coming through.
right.
And then next month she'll be in an ending, starting afresh, clearing the slate. All right. Maybe even look at helping people out because of her, because it's a 9-month, even though it's the 11th month for her. And
Right.
see, that's very spiritual. The 11 means old soul, and it can represent her opening new doors for herself, but she's just got to look at things and say, well, I've got to get rid of all those dishes stuck in my cupboard somewhere, or pots and pans I don't use. It's time to move out.
Right. Okay. So now, let me just see. What am I doing here? I'm just making a slight alteration. I love doing these things.
Yes, you do.
I wonder if our audience have picked up a slight change in something on the screen. Very interesting if they have. All right. A little question. So, Elaine.
Yes.
Numerology is fascinating because the numbers tell us so much, don't they?
Yes, they do. I find that when like yesterday, I was in a 6 day yesterday, a 6 month. So yesterday, the month was the number 6 for me. So it was all about clearing, being creative. What else can I do?
Yes. So you turn to, like, when you found yourself stuck, so to speak, you turn to numerology to understand why it was happening?
Yes. And see, yesterday was the 26th, so that becomes an 8, 9, and I'm in the so 9. I'm in the 7 year. That's correct. So yesterday, it added up that it's karmic because the 26 becomes the 8. So it's saying, well, you've got to sit and think about things and take control instead of other people taking control. And I did get my back up because some people were talking to me like I had no idea about my car, and I know about my car. My dad always sort of taught us, things about the car. And even though it was electrical, I knew there's nothing I could do about it. It was out of my control. And see, 8 needs to be in control. So that's saying, well, let go and see what happens. Yeah. So it was a long day, but a good day because it helped me as well to see things. So because with your day and month, you add them together, you find out what year you're in, and then you add, say, like I'm in a 7 as well as your friend, a life number 7, personal year number 7. Then you add the months to that, which becomes an 8. So 10, which becomes 1 and 7. But then you've got to look at, it becomes 10 and 7 is 17. That is a karmic thing as well, where it's saying procrastination. It means belief that things will work out because you're doing things and asking. Well, I learned a lot about things around me and my car yesterday. So, yeah, it worked out very well.
Mm-hmm.
So then that becomes the 8. So it's saying you take control and stop letting people tell you what to do.
Yes.
Yes.
I am woman. Hear me roar.
Raw. Yes, because there is that old-fashioned way of looking at women. They have no idea about cars, and we do know about our cars. Well, most of us do. Yeah.
Well, I was going to say I know how to turn it on sometimes. Put me in the new ones. Like a couple of my children have ones where you press the button to start it. It's like, oh,
yes, I've got that.
Oh,
I've got a Mazda, and you press the button. And when I was driving the yellow Yaris, it was funny because the Yaris, you had to use a key. And every time I got in the car, I placed my key beside me, and it was like, oh, I've got to use the key.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so funny. It's a nice little car to drive. A happy car because it's yellow. It's happy.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and what are your birthday's coming up, isn't it?
It is. Do you know what, Elaine Ann? I'm so fortunate. I'm going to be on a cruise along the Norwegian coast for my birthday.
Oh, you've got to take a photo of you going, and then send it to me on your birthday.
I just love traveling at this time of the year. I've been in some wonderful places for my birthday.
Yes.
And so this year, again, I'm a cruising and on the other side of the world. So I feel very, very, very blessed.
Yeah. Oh, that would be amazing.
Mm.
So you'll have to do a selfie with a champagne glass, or even face this way and have things going past you.
Well, we'll see. I'm sure there'll be several amazing photos. Like we've got one night in an igloo that's heated.
I saw that.
With a glass lid, top, so to speak, so that we can see, because we're going to see the Northern Lights.
Oh, those lights. Oh, how beautiful.
And I just figure, like for me, seeing the lights will be a bonus because there's so much in the trip as well. So, and I look at it, Elaine Ann and audience, in that, okay, yes, we were drawn, Annette, it's another Annette from Perth. Annette and I were drawn to it because it's the Northern Lights and we both really like to see them.
Yeah, however, they're beautiful.
How often in life do we do something for A and yet B and C turn up?
Yeah.
No, the universe only wants us to be somewhere. It doesn't really matter how they get us there.
No,
I was determined in my teaching that I was moving schools. I was definitely going back to the other side of town. And then all of a sudden, I found myself at the same school the next year.
Oh, wow.
And of course, who comes in? Barry McCoy, my future husband.
Oh, wow.
The universe needed us together. And so, boom, boom.
That's so wonderful. Isn't it?
When we can look at life and go, oh my goodness, even me coming into this village, I came up to see the lady who was a sales manager. There's no way knowing I was coming into this village. I was adamant.
Oh, just look.
No, I couldn't understand why she was showing me a unit because I wasn't here to look at units. And yet I walked into what was her office, which is now my home, and just went, oh, I could live here.
Oh, see, there is a knowing, isn't there?
Yes.
It's a knowing. When you know something is right, you just know it in your gut or you just feel it. and this is meant to be. Yeah.
I'm glad you've said that, Elaine Ann, because yes, so often, and it's hard to explain because it is a knowing. I just know that that whatever it is going to happen, even if it's a blocked door.
Yeah.
It appears to be a blocked door, but it's not. All of a sudden, boom, boom.
Yeah, because when I was younger, I was different. I was totally opposite to what I am now. I was
I can put my hand up to that.
Worry ward. I always stressed about everything. I needed to know what was going on every day, and always had, if we were planning something, have it all ready. And then I've still got a little bit of that in me, but not as bad, because I look at it as, say, well, I'm going to look and just go with the flow. You know, what Elaine loves, Elaine does. So, and there's no try on Elaine's planet. On Elaine's planet, no.
We are where we're meant to be. And if plans change, I go, oh, well, I wonder what's coming in here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And if I have this sense, I need to ring this person. It's important that I ring this person.
Like you did this morning.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
It's so fascinating.
It is.
Really trusting our intuition, trusting the numbers, things that are there that support us.
Yes, exactly right. And sometimes when we feel like we're being pushed backwards, it's there for us to see what's going on. It's not like people say to me, Mercury retrograde, oh my God. But Mercury actually, because one of my planets is Mercury, and it makes you slow down. It makes you, I should look at that, see if it's in retrograde at the moment, because it had me sitting there for a while. But it makes communication, you listen more. I don't look at Mercury as a bad thing, because most people do, but the communication skills have to be a little bit sharper, like talk and get things out and things like that. But with Mercury, when it's retrograde, it feels that we're not moving, but it's only an illusion. We are moving. It's just we're feeling that nothing's happening. And it's probably because we're supposed to actually take our time and breathe and just be.
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah. So I just find that the planets have a way of showing us as well. Certain numbers can make you think, and they can push you as well. They can, and sort of like 2022 for the year is very emotional because they're all twos, and it's looking at the sensitivity of everyone, looking at why am I feeling, what do I need to let go of? And it's all to do with family. It's all relying on each other to come together as what, even if it's just strangers, or everyone come together like a big family for the 6. But the 6, when you draw a 6, the round bit at the bottom is your belly, that I'm being creative. So there's a lot of creativity out there as well, but it's just what people understand creativity is. It could be just writing poems, not just, I shouldn't say just, but it's getting in tap with who we are. And 2 is the mother number. So it's all about the mother feeling, the intuition. It's looking at our feminine side as well, what we want to do and what we don't want to do anymore, and how can we create new things for ourselves. And then naturally you've got your month and your day number to add on to that. But yeah, But today we're looking at asking questions, learning new things, and maybe even reading up on things today. Like normally you might just flick through a magazine where you'll go, oh, I was interested in this, and you go on the internet and find out more information about it, because it's the inquiry mind. So it's asking, and we learn lessons every day. I know that for a fact, but the 7 can also mean you're enjoying your life, just keep moving on it, and it's showing you the negative and the positive of life as well, because the 7 can be, as I said, the scales, the justice system. And Leo, of course, Leo the lion. Leo the lion is very strong-headed, but I find Leos can be very strong in character, but I find them also very proud of what they have, very proud of family. Some Leos can be very strong and have a really big roar, but some lions can be very gentle and soft-hearted, because there's always yin and yang with people, always. And like with the number 6, anxiety. Oh, yeah, there we go. Yesterday, anxiety.
Yes.
And you can have your anxiety and it can flare up. And then today it's like, yes, I'm getting it all fixed. I'm weighing everything up. The car's going off. See how the number can change.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, Elaine Ann, I would like to put out a couple of, what shall I say, requests. I've got a couple of people, friends. Bronwyn's a friend who is passionate about Uganda, passionate about setting up a medical centre over in
how lovely.
a particular town in Uganda. She has visited Uganda several times and is in love with the place. Yeah. I'm very keen to go over. I would love to take a group of people as volunteers. So it would be a volunteering holiday, if you like.
Yes.
So we would obviously explore Uganda. I'm keen to see the gorillas, and but also do some work around the medical centre. Of course, it has to be built. Now, before all of that happens, Bronwyn is putting out, she needs support when it comes to social media and fundraising. Okay. So, and what I love about technology today, we don't have to be living next door to somebody to be able to support them.
That's right.
If somebody's out there, you might be on the other side of the world and go, I've got some time. I have a passion for social media or fundraising.
Yes.
Any ideas? So please reach out to me and I can link you up to Bronwyn.
Yes, good idea.
And then there is another gorgeous friend, Warren Wills. Warren is an musical genius. He's a visionary, and his passion for bringing people of all different from everywhere, like he's very inclusive in his endeavors.
Yeah.
And he is creating a musical drama, Borte, Empress of the World, and he plans to have that here in Melbourne between December the 10th and December the 17th. Now, he too requires fundraising ideas so that this can be put on.
Yes.
And also people to be involved. Now, obviously, everyone thinks, oh, you've got to be in Melbourne. Well, no, you don't, because with activities we've done before, people can come in on Zoom. We're taking part in concerts over in England via Zoom. I mean, it's just wonderful. what we
It
can
is,
do.
isn't it?
And I know you and I are passionate about Angel Heart Radio. You're passionate about
Yes.
numerology. I'm passionate about my singing and
Yeah.
involvement with people, as you are. And you can tell that in our voices. So, to our audience, if you're passionate about helping others, if fundraising is something that lights you up, or if you're know about social media and have a little bit of time, please reach out, because these people will be delighted. And how wonderful when we're able to support others through our own passions, because it's the passion in life that gives us the joy, and that's what we
Exactly.
need to have these days, especially.
Yeah, we do. And see, with the two, it's unconditional love.
Sorry?
With the 2022, with
Yes.
the 3 2s, the 2 represents unconditional love.
Right.
Yeah, and it's all about passion. It's all about what do we want to do? And it's cooperation. It's analysing how to get things up and running. So that's for the 2022, meaning you can create it now. Just go with your heart or your tummy or whatever and say, no, this is where I'm going. And the numbers, looking at the numbers, like their passion is so strong, it will spread.
Right.
It's like light. When you're a beacon, the light just shines. Right? When my girlfriend once said to me, I was talking to her, and she said, "You're not happy?" And I said, "Oh, yeah, I'm all right." And she said, "Tell me about all your readings and everything you're doing." She said, "My whole aura just went boom."
Yes. Yeah.
And she said it was just amazing. She said, "Your face just lit up. You were smiling. You're telling me stories about people." And I don't tell much about when people I do readings for, because once they're finished with me with the readings, I forget it.
Right.
That is
Yes.
what I do. I don't mention it to anyone because that's just the same. But I just find people with passion, it will work out. It will just fall into place. Like this morning.
Amazing.
That was amazing. So
we need simply trust. I cannot emphasize this enough. To simply trust in life, to find what brings us joy.
Yeah.
The question, am I happy? What makes me happy? And if I'm tending to go, I'll be happy when, no.
No.
So, Elaine, for instance, yesterday, I'll be happy when the tow truck comes.
Exactly.
That was hours away. So to be able to look and go, well, I'm so grateful I have my phone with me. I mean,
yes, all those little things that you don't realize, like having the phone to ring them, the RACV, having money on me so I could walk down to the to get a coffee and things like that. I was so lucky I wasn't just stranded out of like on a dirt road or anything, and especially when they got the toilets all around. You need that when you get
absolutely.
out of my age, you do.
Yes. No, so it really is important. So to the members of our audience, if you're feeling stuck, think about the little things. What do you have? Right? Quite often we tend to go, oh, I haven't got X, Y, and Z. No. What do you have?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
and sometimes people get caught in a quandary, and it's like, what do
Yeah.
I do? And it's like, well, write down the positives and write down the negatives, and which way
Yeah,
do
you
you
weigh
go?
things up. Yeah.
Mm, mm.
And sometimes if you're stuck, it's saying take those gumboots off because they're stuck in the mud and walk with your bare feet. That's what a lady told me. She said, I feel like I'm not moving. I said, well, get those gumboots off. Take you, because you're feeling you're stuck, because she said, I'm stuck in the mud. I said, well, pull your feet out of the gumboots and walk in the mud. So you're moving, you feel like you're doing something. And it could be just something little that people say, oh, it's the same scenario, different people. It's, okay, why am I bringing these people towards me? What is my lesson there? And I know people hate saying, oh, here we go again. But what is it? Why are you bringing these people towards you? Because your thoughts can manifest so much.
Mm.
And especially if you've got threes in your birthday, or sort of like it can, threes have to be careful what they think if they're life number threes, because what they think is what they get. Most people can work like that, but most people don't understand that either. So if you're thinking, oh, I'm not going to do anything, oh, I'm stuck here, or I've got no money, if you're rewording it every day, it becomes a habit, right? I haven't got any money, can't do this. That's what's going to happen to you. Okay, no matter what life number you are, because you're repeating the habit. All right. And my mother was a good one to teach me, because she said to me, I haven't got any money. And she would repeat that every day. And she never did. And that was my lesson there, was, okay, take note of what her conversation to herself was. And I thought, yeah, that's how it works. If you're going to think that way, and I'm not saying everyone has to be happy, please don't get me wrong. This is only what happens on Elaine's planet. But that's what I've learned for me, is the more I think this isn't working, this isn't working, this isn't working, it doesn't work. And then breathe, and then say, no, it's okay. There's a reason why I've stopped, or there's a reason why this is happening to me. Okay, what is it? Show me, what is it? What is happening around me? And you may find it might just be a tiny little thing you didn't look at, because everyone expects this big, huge change. And so it slowly goes slow. Don't you agree?
And to listen to our own language. Are we using the negative rather than the positive?
Yeah. And see, that is a big thing with people. They don't, some people, some humans don't realize what they're saying is what they get. And once you register, okay, it's like me carrying crystals with me, positive crystals and grounding crystals. That's my intent for the day, is to wear a certain crystal to ground me so I'm not hairy-fairy. But also for protection, because when you work with spirit, you've got to be protected anyway, sort of like amethyst or kyanite, or some crystal that you feel drawn to for that day. I overabundance with crystals because I love them. I just love them. But my favorite is tourmaline, and green and black and pink. you can get those colours in yellow, I think you can get now, but they're such a fragile little thing, crystal, but you can buy big chunks of black tourmaline. But to me, they're just so beautiful in themselves. They're so lovely. Today, I don't know which one I got on. Oh, I've got citrine, little heart. So citrine's about sunshine, happiness. So, yeah, there's always method to my madness.
So now, Elaine Ann, do you choose crystals to put out every day?
Yes, I do.
Nice.
I do have certain ones on my fingers.
Right.
None on my toes, though. I have my little favourites, and you don't need a big chunky ring or a big chunky, as long as your intent is to be protected, especially if you're emotional, you know. Selenite is a very good crystal as well. So you can get pink, or you can get, it looks apricot-y or white. And there's other colours coming through. You can have your amethyst as well. I just love crystals. Whatever I put my hand in, put it in. Sometimes put it in my brassiere.
Yeah. Of course.
Bloodstone's a very good thing too. There's pyrite, and it's funny how that stone kept coming to me, and then when I read up on it, it was to do with lungs.
Oh,
yeah. So and I had a ring. I've got a ring in my collection of rings. A lot of rings, and I've had this one for years. BC, before children.
right.
That's how long I've had it.
So you've had a love of crystals for a long, long time.
Oh, yes. I've got one here. Do you mind if I show you?
No. Oh, my goodness. Isn't that beautiful?
That's my amethyst. And I got this, you know how I like my op shopping? I got this from the op shop for $2.
Really?
Yeah. There we go. So I used to take it with me, but it was getting a bit, every time I did my reading, it's just so pretty in person. It's so pretty. And I said to the woman, how much is that? It's got no tag. Oh, you can have it for $2. I went, oh, thank you. And I skipped out the shop. Oh, I found something great.
Wonderful.
Yeah, she's really pretty, this one. And she's got like crushed crystals. They look like amethyst, not amethyst, aventurine on the leaves to make the leaves look. Yeah. And I just find beautiful crystals just out of the blue. Most of my crystals are old.
Right.
I've had them for a long time. And they say when you lose a crystal, that's meant to be. And no, it's not. I love my crystals. You don't need it anymore. Yes, I do. And I've got this too. It's given to me. It's a little wand.
Yes.
Harry Potter wand.
Nice.
There we go. And it's got an amethyst at the top.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So, and plus working in the crystal shops, every time I go in there, there's this 2 big crystal things, and I put my hand straight on them and I go, ah. And people say they really work. I said, well, I think they do. Your intent is to be happy with them, and that's what they do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, it's the intention, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, whether people believe in it or not, it doesn't matter. But a good stone at the moment for everyone would be aventurine, or even aventurine is green. It's matters of the heart. but it helps manifest things. And you talk to your crystals like you talk to your friends, all right? When you first get them, you cleanse them because you don't know who's been touching them or who's had them prior. And with, what was the crystal called? Carnelian, which is orange.
Yes.
That's a beautiful stone. And it's a pretty stone. And you can get some that look like glass. Just make sure there's a real carnelian stone. And that is sort of an orangey colour. Anything to do with orange is all to do with your creative centre.
Right.
Yeah. So you can pop a piece in your bra if you want.
Yeah.
With a girlfriend. No one knows any different.
Well, that reminds me, Elaine, and you very kindly sent me a gorgeous pocket
heart. Yeah.
Yes, which was lovely. And my granddaughters found it and went, "Oh, Nanny, what's this?" I said, "Well, that's a little heart for my pocket." It's a wonderful, wonderful idea. So, yes, mine's lovely and smooth and in a heart shape. However, Elaine puts crystals in her bra. You can put them in your pocket. You can have
pocket too.
Pocket crystals so that you feel it and, yes, know that you're being supported.
Yes. And it's just security in your own self, in your own energy field too. I was told I can overload on crystals, but then I think, well, there is times where I don't wear any crystals at all. And my day's still good. But sometimes you just need the love. I don't know what it is, but I'm very drawn to crystals. I love crystals a lot. And like if you do, people can do readings with crystals. By the colours of the crystal means certain things. So you can work a lot with crystals. People do body healing with the chakras or chakra, all the crystals. Yeah. People work, I think it's Parana. I can't think of the name of, and they have a certain crystal, and the DT, the top of the crystal, has 8, I think, triangles up the top of it, and they call that DTs. But and that's a healing with a crystal, and it's a quartz crystal, and it's supposed to be a very strong crystal. So, but you've got to go hunting for it because they're very rare to get 8 triangles at the top of a crystal. Yeah. So pranic healing, I think it's called. They use the crystal.
Right.
Yeah. So they do it through the body, release any negativity, I think. So crystals they're in your watch, the old-fashioned watches. There's a crystal.
Yes. Yeah, Marksite.
Yes, that's right. But inside too, there is a crystal. They have a
What one was that?
And inside the makings of the watch, there's a crystal. Yeah. So not these days. They're all Notice my yellow. It's to match. Where are we? Match the car.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, Elaine, we have managed to present close on an hour. Look at that. All right. Good. Thank you to you, Elaine Ann.
Thank you for having me on.
Pleasure. Thank you to our audience. May I remind you all that these shows should never replace your legal, medical, nor professional advice, nor your own sound judgment. I trust that we have been worth listening, worth watching. May there be some little pearls of wisdom in there, as well as much laughter, because Elaine Ann and I thoroughly enjoy bringing these shows to you.
We do.
So, whatever is in your path, realize that it's there for a reason. So use the deep breathing or the laughter,
Yes.
and make the most of whatever is in your path. And if you're having an especially challenging time, and I know there's lots and lots of challenges out there in the world, see the tiny little specks of goodness and realize that you're in this situation for you to learn. And sometimes it's so that we can accept help from other people. Look at Elaine Ann yesterday and these lovely people who came past and offered help.
Yeah.
Some of us can be very independent. And so then
I wonder who.
Yeah. And so we're put in situations where we have to depend on other people. So
that's correct.
Be kind to yourselves, love yourselves, and spread the love.
Spread the love. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.